Consider this your ultimate guide to getting verified on Google if you're a contractor. In this video, I'm going to walk you through number one, picking out the perfect address for you to get verified. There's a lot of things people mess up on this, and that's the number one reason we get phone calls to help with Google verification. Number two, I'm going to walk you through the differences between verifying at a home address versus an actual commercial address. And number three, I'm going to walk you through the business documentation that you should have in place before you start your verification. Because right now, Google's making people jump through a lot of hoops in order to get verified, and documentation ends up coming up in most situations. The last thing I'm going to leave you with on this video are some advanced strategies you can use in order to bolster your online presence and what Google's looking at before you even begin the verification process. So let's jump right in. If you haven't already, take a look in the description below this video and download your copy of Get Verified on Google. We've had hundreds and hundreds of people download this document. It takes you through the exact checklist and things I'm going to give you today so that you can print it out and you can walk through it and have a successful verification. All right, let's talk about it. First thing is choosing a real address. Gone are the days of using a PO box or using even a co-working space to get verified on Google. Yes, there are examples of people who have done this successfully, but it's not going to hold up long term. Even our own business that was at a shared co-working space several years ago was denied verification made to re-verify at a home address, and that's just the way it goes right now. So you need to have an actual real address where you live or where you operate the business. And when we get into the documentation piece towards the end of this video, it's also important that your documentation and the address on your documentation matches the location that you're going to get verified. So even if you're going to get verified at a home address and you don't want the listing visible to the public, Google still knows that you're verifying there and they need to see proof of the documentation. Okay. So that's what we need to talk about with an eligible address. You cannot build your business on a foundation that's not rock solid and not a place you don't actually own. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Now let's talk about the differences between verifying at a home address versus a commercial address. Okay. So let's start with the easy one, a commercial address. All right. You have a real address, you should have permanent signage. So we're not talking about like sticky notes on the door. We're not talking about, something that you can easily take off of a door or a window. It needs to be permanent. So like have somebody actually put the signage on your location. So it could be outside where you've got the big directory inside of a building, or even exterior if it's like in a strip. All right. In addition to that, if you're inside of a building, you want permanent signage on the actual door of the suite that you're currently occupying. Okay. Permanent signage is a must for commercial walkthroughs. All right. So that's the first thing. Now, if you look at a home address, it's a little bit different. For a home address, you're going to need different types of proof. One of those things is going to be having your truck or your service van there in front of your home. And on that service truck, that service vehicle, you're going to want at a minimum some magnets. Okay. If not a fully wrapped vehicle that has your business information on it. When you do the video walkthrough that Google is requesting for most businesses to do now, when you walk into the home address, you're going to do the exterior with the video walkthrough like I just described. And also, I'll put in the description below this video, we have an amazing video on home verification with lots more details, okay? So I am shortening this up a little bit because we have that resource in the description below. You're going to walk into the home and you're going to show your home office. You're going to show that you have some business cards on the table with your business name on them. You're going to have up on your computer your CRM, wherever it is that you're taking customer invoices or doing dispatch and things like that. Have that open up on the computer screen when you walk in. Those are some of the minimum things that are required in a home business verification. All right. So we've covered what makes an eligible address. We've covered some of the finer differences between a commercial property versus a home address. Okay. The third thing we need to talk about is the documentation for the business. Most important thing for documentation is that you have the name of the business and the address where you're trying to get verified. Have to be on the piece of paper. Okay. People tried to argue with me about this left and right. Well, I have my name on it and the address is on there, but not the business. It's like, well, Google's not going to take that as part of their documentation. You don't want to make them have to work to figure out if you're legit or not. So we recommend a couple different things. First and foremost is the documentation of your business from the Secretary of State in the area where you're living. Okay. That's like the number one thing is your articles of incorporation. After that, it's really handy to have some kind of lease or some kind of utility that has the name of the business and the address on it. And then some other things that you can add on to help with your appeal. If you end up having to appeal your verification, you would have any other documentation that's official about the business, any bills, any banking stuff, even your EIN number from the IRS. All of those different things can serve as part of your appeal to share and show that your business is legitimate and real. Again, I've got videos and documentation in the description below this video that go into great detail about what you need to have on that documentation and the types of documentation that's ideal in case you run into a hiccup. All right. So we've covered now an eligible address. We covered the differences in a home business verification versus commercial and a little bit about that video walkthrough. We talked about the documentation that you should have in place in case you need to appeal it. The fourth and final thing that I wanted to share with you is some of the things that you can do before verification, or even if you failed a verification, you can come back and you can try this and see if it moves the needle for you. Google loves to see that you have an established presence online. And a lot of times what we see in failed verifications is that a business does not have a clear footprint online. And so Google it's not a person that's manually shutting down your verification. It's automated. So if the automated system doesn't see definitive proof on the internet, it's just going to say, nope, we don't like it. And they're not going to be explicit about what you might have missed in your verification. So here's what you can do. First thing I recommend is you've got to have your website. Okay. If you don't have a website, it's going to be really unclear to Google who you even are. Your website is like the source of truth, and it doesn't have to be super fancy, but it does have to have prominently displayed your name, your business name, your logo, your address, and your phone number, your hours of operation as well. Okay. And so you have your website, and then you're going to set up 3 additional things. You're going to get a Google Suite account, right? So this is Google's paid product, Google Workspaces. It's like $18 a month or something like that. You set that up. Then you're going to make sure that when you create your Google business profile or you go to verify it, you do it from that account. All right. You're also going to hook up Google Analytics to the website, and you're going to hook up Google Search Console to the website. So you have those 3 Google products that are connected directly to the website. All right. Then you do the verification. Your chances of success are much higher than if you don't do these things. We've even seen some clients get automatically verified without having to do a video verification because they did these things. Now, if all of this seems like maybe a lot and you just rather have somebody do it for you, we can help here at Building Blocks Digital. That information is below this video in the description. You can book a call directly with me or somebody from my team, and we will do the consult, see where you're actually at with verification, make sure that you are eligible. And if you are, we can take this off your plate and we can help you move it to the finish line. Just totally done for you. No worries, no issues. You can go focus on building the business instead. So if you got questions, put them in the comments below, reach out to our team, schedule a consult if that's of interest to you. And if you just want to try to figure it out yourself, make sure you go download your copy of Get Verified on Google and give it a shot. We wish you the best. If you have problems, come back. We'll help you out. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you like this one, you'll love some of the other videos we have posted here on our channel that help blue-collar business owners get more out of their digital marketing. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos. If you got questions or comments, post them below. I look forward to catching you on the next video. Bye for now.